This is the review for angle relationships. So a side view of the Great Pyramid of Giza is shown below. The sides of the pyramid make an angle of 52 degrees with respect to the ground. What is the value of x? When I have a flat line like this and a ray coming out, the angles next to each other are supplementary. And since they're supplementary, that means when I add them together, they will equal 180. So I have 2x plus 52 equals 180. Subtract 52. 2x equals 128. Divide by 2. X equals 64. In a game of pickup sticks, the last 4 sticks are shown below. Which of the numbered angles are supplementary angles? So none of these lines are parallel, but I can right here, flat line, so angle 3 and 4. So angle 3 is supplement to angle 4. Angle 5 and 6. Angle 1 and 2. Seven and 8 are actually vertical angles. Identify each pair of angles that are complementary. Complementary means 90 degrees. Supplementary, 180. Or neither, all others. This right angle means it's 90 degrees. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary. Here's a right angle. This is not the other part of the right angle, so it's not complementary. It does not go in a flat line, so it's not supplementary. So this is neither. Here's my flat line with a ray coming out of it, and therefore this is supplementary. And this flat line is called a straight angle. Write and solve an equation to determine the value of x in each figure. There is a 90 degrees. So it says 60 plus x plus 2 equals 90, because the right angle is 90. 62 plus x equals 90. Subtract 62. X equals 28. I totally blew this question because when I paused it because I put 28 right here and 2, which would be 30, and 30 plus 65 is 95. So I blew it. This should have been a 65 plus x plus 2. So it does help if you go back and check your answers. So this is 67 plus x equals 90. Subtract 67, subtract 67, 323. 23, x equals 23. And now if I go 23 plus 2, I get 25 and 65. So this is 25 and this is 65, and that would be 90. So when I had done it the first time, I had looked at it and went, that doesn't seem right. Okay, straight angle and a ray coming out makes them supplementary. This is 110. This has to be 70 because 110 plus 70 equals 180. 7x equals 70. X equals 10. Could do it like that. I could also say 110 plus 7x equals 180. I subtract the 110. 7x equals 70. X equals 10. Either way you approach it, you get x equals 10. Now, it doesn't just have to be 2 that cause it to be supplementary. It's, I know it says any 2 angles, the sum of any 2 angles is 180, is supplementary, but also, since this is a straight angle and straight angles are 180, it says 92 plus 78 plus the x equals 180. 78 and 92, 170 plus x equals 180. Subtract the 170. X equals 10. 3 towns of Ripon, Sparta, and Walker form a triangle as shown below. Classify the triangle by its angles and by its sides. What is the value of x in the triangle? So if I have a angle larger than 90, so it's an obtuse triangle. Okay. And if I have 3 sides that are not the same, it is also called a scalene triangle. So let's do it by sides. 0 sides equal is scalene. 2 sides equal is isosceles. 3 sides equal is equilateral. Now let's do it by angles. All less than 90 is acute. 190-degree angle is right angle. 1 greater than 90 degrees is on an obtuse angle. So this is by angles and this is by sides. So this is a scalene obtuse triangle. And then it wants me to find the value of x. And I know that so all of these numbers on the outside have nothing to do with the angles for right now in 8th grade. I do know that when I add all the angles together inside a triangle, they must equal 180. So 38 plus 104, I get 142, which means 180 equals 38 plus 104 plus x. 180 equals 142 plus x. Subtract the 142. X equals 38. Arturo is designing a bridge for science class using parallel supports for the top and the bottom of the beam. That says this 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal. If you look, this is inside. They are alternate interior angles, and alternate angle 1 and angle 2 are alternate interior angles, and they are congruent, so angle 2 equals 60 degrees. The drawing below shows the side of a view of a drawing easel. The brace is parallel to the ground, so it says this and this are the parallel lines, and this is the transversal. So if I drew it over here, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that angle, and that angle, and that is top left of this square, or sorry, of that cross. See, there's a little cross right here, and that's top left of that cross, and that's top left of that cross. So that means that they are corresponding angles. And it says if that's 82, then that is 82, because corresponding angles are congruent. Angles A and B are corresponding, which means they're congruent. Cut by a transversal if that is 4x and that is 3x plus 7. So since I know that corresponding is equal, I'm going to say 4x equals 3x plus 7 minus 3x minus 3x, x equals 7. Angle G and H are supplementary. I know supplementary is 180 degrees. Add them. Congruent means they're equal. So I have x plus x equals 180. They're alternate interior angles, which means they're also congruent. What is the measure of each angle? 2x equals 180. X equals 90. So 90 and 90 does equal 180. 90 and 90 are congruent. G and H are also congruent. If I ever have a problem like this, and I know I'm going to be given one angle, and I have to go find the other 7, I'm going to first find the measurement of the first angle, and I'm going to do 180 minus 122, and then I'm going to get 58 degrees. The only two measurements that can show up here are either 122 or 58. And I memorized that vertical angles, so there's a Z. Bummer. Here to here. I blew that one. We're gonna have to redraw this. 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8. I'm gonna turn it like this, and I always draw the Z, and it's a funky Z because it's vertical angles go to alternate interior angles go to vertical angles. All of those are going to be equal to one number, and the other one is going to be the other number. So I am going to say 4 is 122. So I know that 4 is 122. I know 7 is 122. I know 2 is 122 because alternate interior angles. I know 5 is 122 because of vertical angles. I know 1 is supplementary, so that's the 58. I know 6 is a vertical angle to 1, so that is 58. And I know 8 is supplementary to 4, so that is 58. So I always draw it, trace my Z, and my Z goes vertical angle to alternate interior to the other vertical angle. List all the angles congruent to 5. So if I'm doing this, I start at 1, I go vertical, I go alternate interior, I go 7. So angle 1, angle 3, angle 5, and angle 7 are all congruent. And I use a vertical angle, so angle 5 is to 3, alternate interior, 3 is to 1, vertical. Actually, if I wanted to do it to 5, angle 5 and angle 3 are alternate interior. Angle 5 and angle 1 are corresponding. And then angle 5 and angle 7 are vertical. And all of those are congruent. And make sure you study your notes. Make sure you know exterior angle theorem. Make sure that you know sum of the triangle is 180 degrees. And make sure you know parallel lines cut by a transversal. And good luck on your test.